I'm Sarah Panis. I live in Antwerp in Belgium. I studied law at the University of Antwerp, and at that same university, almost 3 years ago, I started working on my PhD thesis in health law on the legal status of stem cells and stem cell research. And I went to Cambridge, Massachusetts in the States. I followed there the LLM program, that is the Master of Laws, and I studied at Harvard Law School. The process to get a Fulbright scholarship is sometimes complicated and even nerve-wracking by times, but in the end, of course, it's great if you get it. It's a lot of work, so I think that's the phase that you have to be honest with yourself and see whether you're really motivated. But if you're motivated, it's a great time even to get to know yourself, because you have to write statements about yourself. So we are in Belgium kind of humble most of the times, but for the States you really have to say what your great points are, what your strong points are. So I asked even my friends, so what do you think really of me? What are my great points? And it's good for your ego. You are only asked the big, strong points. So, but it's a lot of work, and I know myself, I'm not the most organized person. So I bought a little booklet, I made even a timeline, and I wrote down all the different universities that I was interested at, all the scholarships that are possible in Belgium besides Fulbright, and I wrote down the deadlines. I asked professors for letters of recommendation. I wrote down the deadlines, and 1 week before the deadline I contacted them again. So did you send the letter? Thank you in advance, all these things, because it's very important, of course. Me, myself, I got the BOAS scholarship that is affiliated with Fulbright. It's a Fulbright BOAS scholarship for Harvard. That was, of course, a great scholarship because it's a fully covering scholarship for my studies. You have to start preparing the applications kind of early, I think almost 1 year before the program starts, because the BOAS scholarship interviews are already in November, I think. So it's a lot of work, and it's only for Harvard University, so you have to have your application for Harvard ready, and you have to start very early. But it was great. The interview, actually, I didn't feel very well after the interview because they asked me definitely very tough questions, and I was not sure. They were not smiling. I was not sure whether it was good or not. I called my mom and said, no, it was horrible, but in the end, I got the scholarship, so I'm really grateful that I got that opportunity. My stay in the States was, I cannot capture that in one word or sentence. It was definitely amazing. I didn't have a real culture shock. I think maybe that's because I lived in Cambridge, and Cambridge, they say it's one of the most European places in the States, so maybe that's one of the reasons, but also because there were so many international students together. They were all far away, or most of them were definitely far away from home without their families, so we became a real close community, although there were very many students at Harvard Law School, but that was not a problem. Everything was very personal because there were many students, but you could take classes with 5 students, but also with 90 students. So all the opportunities were there, actually. Yes, I think I had, in a way, reverse culture shock when I came back here in Belgium. I'm only here for a little bit longer than 1 month now, and I think I'm getting used to Belgium again. The thing is, I was, of course, on my own in the States, and there was always a lot to do. They sometimes say America is a place, the land of opportunities, and in a way I felt that was true. Many people are motivated, are very ambitious, and everything is possible there. Also, Harvard University has so many resources. So every lunchtime there were lectures, interesting events, always free food. And it was just a great experience. And when I came back here, normally I have a lot of hobbies in Belgium. I did them also in the States. But when I came back, of course, I was not in a club or playing in an orchestra. So everyone is working here. And in the beginning, the first days, it's great. You get a lot of attention. People ask you, how was your year? And you want to catch up with everyone. But after a while, it was, yeah, I thought, wow, is this Belgium? Is this Antwerp? It's kind of boring compared to the big city where I lived in the States. But I think, of course, Belgium has its charm too, and I'm getting used to it now. But I definitely want to go back. It's for me like my home a little bit there.